The Three Farmers, a story about gratitude and fortune. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village in Long An Province, Vietnam, there lived three farmer brothers, Minh, Tuan, and Phuc. They worked together on the vast rice fields owned by Mr. Nam Son, a wealthy and respected landowner in the region. One morning at the start of the harvest season, Mr. Nam Son called the three brothers to meet him under the old banyan tree at the village entrance. He said warmly, "I'm getting old, and my children all live in the city now. I'm giving each of you a plot of land and some capital money. Build your own future. How you use this opportunity will determine your success and happiness." The three brothers bowed respectfully, their hearts filled with different emotions as they received their gifts. Finally, I deserve this after all these years of hard work. This land is mine now, and I will make the most of it for myself. Why should I thank anyone? I earned this with my own sweat. He walked away without looking back at Mr. Nam's son, already planning how to maximize his profits. He never said thank you to the old man who had given him this chance. Tuan, the middle brother, accepted his portion with a shrug. "Well, this is nice, I suppose, but honestly, this land is not that big, and the money is not that much. Other people get better opportunities than this. I guess I'll work on it, but I wish I had gotten more." He complained to his wife that evening. "If only Mr. Nam's son had given us the land near the river instead. That soil is richer. We got the average plot. Nothing special." Phuc, the youngest brother, knelt down and pressed his hands together in deep gratitude. His eyes glistened with tears of joy. "Mr. Nam's son, I cannot express how thankful I am. You have changed my life and my family's future. I had nothing, and now I have land and hope. I will never forget your kindness." Every morning after that, Phuc would wake before sunrise and whisper a prayer of thanks. He thanked the sky for rain, the earth for nutrients, the sun for warmth. He thanked his neighbors when they shared advice. He thanked his wife for her support. He thanked every small blessing that came his way. He also continued to visit Mr. Nam's son weekly, bringing fresh vegetables from his garden and asking how he could help the elderly man. "You gave me so much," Phuc would say. "Please let me give something back." Months passed, and the three brothers began farming their lands. Minh worked his field with determination but grew bitter with each challenge. When pests attacked his rice, he cursed his bad luck. When the rain came late, he complained about unfair weather. When his yield was average, he blamed the soil quality and the seeds. "Nothing goes right for me," he grumbled constantly. "I work so hard, but I get no help from anyone. Life is unfair." His neighbors began to avoid him because he never had a kind word or a smile to share. Tuan worked his land half-heartedly, always focusing on what he didn't have. "If only I had more money to buy better equipment," he sighed. "If only my land was bigger. If only the government gave more support to farmers like me." He compared himself to others endlessly and felt perpetually disappointed. His dissatisfaction grew like weeds in his heart, choking out any joy from the good things he did have. Phuc, however, approached each day with wonder and appreciation. When his rice seeds sprouted, he smiled and said, "Look at this miracle. From tiny seeds, life emerges." When difficulties came, and they did, he faced them with resilience. "The dry spell is teaching me to conserve water better," he would say. Or, "These pests showed me I need to plant marigolds around the field. Every problem brings wisdom." He shared his harvest generously with widows and poor families in the village. He helped his neighbors fix their irrigation channels without expecting payment. He greeted everyone with warmth and always found something to be grateful for. And then, something remarkable began to happen. People in the village noticed Phuc's kind heart and helpful spirit. A successful businessman visiting from Saigon happened to taste the rice from Phuc's field at a local restaurant. "This rice is exceptional," the businessman exclaimed. "Who grew this?" When he learned it was Phuc, he visited the young farmer and offered him a contract to supply organic rice to high-end restaurants in the city at premium prices. Phuc bowed deeply. "Thank you for this opportunity, sir. I am so grateful you noticed my humble rice." The businessman smiled. "Your rice is excellent, but what impressed me more was what the village people said about you. They said you are the most grateful and generous person here. That's the kind of partner I want to work with." Meanwhile, Minh's farm struggled. His constant complaining and negative attitude had isolated him. When his water pump broke, no neighbor rushed to help him as they would have before. When he needed to borrow tools, people were reluctant to lend to someone who never showed appreciation. "Why is everyone against me?" he muttered bitterly, not realizing that his own ingratitude had built walls around him. Tuan's farm remained mediocre. His constant dissatisfaction prevented him from seeing opportunities right in front of him. A government program offered free training in modern farming techniques, but Tuan didn't attend. "It's probably not that useful anyway," he assumed. He missed the chance that could have transformed his farm. One afternoon, the three brothers met by coincidence at the village market. Phuc was delivering rice to ship to Saigon. Minh was trying to sell his modest harvest. Tuan was buying fertilizer and complaining about the price. Minh looked at Phuc's truck loaded with premium rice and felt angry. "How did you get so lucky, Phuc? You got a better deal than me. Life always favors some people unfairly." Tuan nodded in agreement. "Yes, I work just as hard as you, Phuc, but I don't have wealthy businessmen offering me contracts. You must have some special connection or secret." Phuc looked at his brothers with gentle, compassionate eyes. "My dear brothers, it's not luck or connections. It's gratitude." Minh laughed mockingly. "Gratitude? What does saying thank you have to do with success? You sound naive." Phuc smiled softly. "Let me explain. Minh, you received the same gift I did from Mr. Name's son, but you never thanked him. You saw it as something you deserved, not as a blessing. That attitude of entitlement closed your heart to appreciating other blessings that came your way. When you don't appreciate what you have, you push away the very people and opportunities that could help you. Your neighbors stopped helping you because you never showed gratitude for their past help. You missed opportunities because you were too busy complaining to notice them." He turned to Tuan. "And you, brother, you focused so much on what you lacked that you couldn't see what you had. Your dissatisfaction blinded you to the training program, to the good soil you do have, to the healthy family surrounding you. Complaint is like a fog. It blocks your vision of blessings. But gratitude," Phuc continued, his voice warm and steady, "gratitude is like sunlight. It illuminates blessings you already have and attracts new ones. When I thanked Mr. Name's son, I built a relationship. He introduced me to people. When I thanked my neighbors, they shared valuable knowledge. When I thanked life for small things, I trained my eyes to see opportunities instead of obstacles. The businessman chose me not just for my rice quality, but because people told him I was grateful and generous. Gratitude creates a reputation. It builds trust. It opens doors." At that moment, Mr. Nam's son himself appeared at the market, walking slowly with his cane. He had overheard the conversation. "Phuc is right," the old man said, his voice carrying the weight of decades of wisdom. "When I gave you three the land and money, I was not just testing your farming skills. I was watching your hearts." He looked at Minh. "Minh, you have skill and strength, but your heart lacks gratitude. You see gifts as entitlements and help as obligations. This attitude repels fortune because people don't want to help those who don't appreciate it." He turned to Tuan. "Tuan, you have potential, but your constant comparison and complaint rob you of joy and opportunity. Dissatisfaction is a thief that steals your present happiness and future possibilities." Then he placed his weathered hand on Phuc's shoulder. "Phuc, you understood the secret that many people never learn. Gratitude is not just politeness. Gratitude is a magnet for blessings. When you appreciate what you have, you multiply it. When you thank people, you strengthen relationships. When you see challenges as lessons, you grow wiser. The universe responds to grateful hearts, not through magic, but through the natural law of reciprocity. People help those who appreciate help. Opportunities flow to those who recognize and value them. Joy fills the hearts of those who count blessings instead of complaints. Mr. Nam's son looked at all three brothers. It is not too late for any of you to change. Gratitude is a choice you can make today, right now, in this very moment. Minh and Tuan stood in silence, the weight of truth settling on their shoulders. Tears formed in Minh's eyes. Mr. Nam's son, I am sorry. I never properly thanked you. Thank you for the land. Thank you for believing in me. I have been blind. Tuan bowed his head. I too am sorry. I complained about what I lacked instead of appreciating what I received. Thank you, sir. I will change. Mr. Nam's son smiled gently. The fact that you can recognize this is already the beginning of transformation. Start today. Thank someone. Appreciate something. Watch how your life begins to change. And so, dear friends, remember this eternal truth. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It is a powerful force that shapes your destiny. When you wake each morning, find 3 things to be grateful for before your feet touch the ground. When someone helps you, thank them sincerely. When challenges come, look for the lesson and thank it for making you stronger. Grateful people attract fortunate circumstances, not through magic, but because gratitude builds strong relationships. Gratitude opens your eyes to opportunities. Gratitude creates a positive reputation. Gratitude transforms problems into lessons. Gratitude multiplies the blessings you already have. Ungrateful people repel fortune because entitlement pushes away helpers. Complaint blinds you to blessings. Bitterness isolates you from community. Dissatisfaction prevents you from recognizing opportunity. The choice is yours every single day. You can complain about what you lack, or you can celebrate what you have. You can take blessings for granted, or you can multiply them through appreciation. Gratitude is the secret key that unlocks the door to abundance, joy, and true success. Start today. Say thank you. Mean it. Watch your life transform.